All right, I'm trying to install a garbage disposal in my kitchen. I cleaned out put the dishes. I got tools everywhere. Ran into a little snag. Of course, like I had to, everything was on there a long time, I believe, and I had to take this, I guess it's like a lock nut, and I broke it off using, when you don't have the right tools. What did I have? I had a flathead screwdriver. This is like the ring that went in between the bottom of the sink and the drains. So you can see I have a lot of work to do. I got to clean this up. I'm probably going to think about repainting it or putting some type of cover here. And where we bought the home, who we bought the home from, had water damage up under here, so I still got to do some repairs. So I'm going to seal all of this up with probably some keels. But we have, and I do that before I install it, but I'm just going to show you what I had to do. Took the drain out. This is a 1/3, let me see, no, a half a horsepower garbage disposal. Thought I was going to have to redo some of the drains. And one of the important things to do also is to remember when you're taking these drains apart, have something up under there to catch your water. If you can see this line right here that's going that way, that's to the dishwasher, brand new dishwasher installed. And so what I'm gonna do, all garbage disposals come with like 2 holes. I had to knock a white little tab here out. I've already installed this. This is the drain, but this is where the dishwasher goes. That will hook to the back of this. This right here will go inside the P-trap, and the P-trap will run up that way. Limited on what I can show you all because I'm videotaping this by myself. But some of the things that you will need to try to properly get this off will be, this is a drain removal. Basically, you stick it inside, depending on what size drain you have. I think this is for like bathrooms. This would be for kitchens, but it lines up. Line it up. Then you can take a screwdriver or whatever and kind of turn. But I was catching a hard time trying to remove this. Not sure I haven't even looked yet. Not sure what when the people put this sink in, not sure what they used. It's different. You can use a putty. You can use a caulking substance. You can also use a Loctite like caulk also. And this was on pretty tight. Some of the things you will also need some pliers, probably bigger pliers than these, but let's see. All right, this grab around the bottom of here, and you'll just turn lefty loosey, righty tighty. You'll turn to basically take this off. But I always have to do things somewhat the hard way. One of the things I had to do, because I work on my own properties, is I had to. I got one of these torches in the past because I was doing plumbing, doing piping work for like gas. You have to solder. So what I did was, you can get one of these, and it's self-lighting. I think it's a refill too. You can refill it, but you barely turn it. I don't know if you can hear the gas leaving out to the top, and then you light it. Not sure if you can see that flame. You should be able to hear it and cut it. And the way you cut it on is it's a two-step. You turn it slightly that way. You don't want to turn it too much. Click that red button. It's self-igniting. Then to cut it off is just one process, just cutting the gas off. But what I had to do was I circled around the rim real slowly for about a minute, going both directions, breaking it here. And then that's when I inserted this. And what I did was, so I wouldn't hit my knuckles, turning, so I wouldn't hit, basically my right hand wouldn't hit it. What I did was I just leaned back, slightly turned, and you can see it pops right out. So that's what I'm thinking. You can kind of see the putty here, but then it's a white substance, and I'm thinking that is probably like a Loctite substance. Like I said, I had to heat it so that you kind of see it. Burned it on the bottom, but gotta do, and I burned it up there a little. All right, because I burned it on the bottom up under here, and on the top. But I'll show you part two of me, you know, what I had to do. I'll probably have to install it first and then show you the steps I did to install the garbage disposal. Thing you want to know while you're installing a garbage disposal, if you don't already know, this is like it's a ring. I had to take a flathead to pop it off, pushing it this direction. And once you pop it off, the rest of this comes off also. All right. And so then this goes and sits down in there. Of course, I have to get the putty. So one thing you have to do, you have to get plumber's putty, put it on the bottom. You know, as you can see, you have to clean this off. Tried to scrape it best as I could to get it smooth. And then you place it down in there, push, you have the excess come out, and it's gonna come out even more when like you screw down, and then you can wipe it off. So that's how that it go. And with the putty, you almost have to play with it in your hand. You have to round it off. So you roll it around your hand, get it long. It looks almost, it'll be skinny, similar to that right there, a little thicker. And then you put it around the bottom part of that. Like I say, not trying to get anyone dizzy. I'm trying to film. Going underneath the bottom, so please excuse me if I block anything off, but this is like a fiber washer or ring you want to put under the bottom first. Lost one. All right. Get that, put that screw back under. You also want to try to wear some goggles, eye protection of some sort, because with the P-trap, you have a lot of splashback sometimes. And like I say, this, you know, we're just moving into this house and never know what's in there. Widen that out. Use well, not just moving into the house, but probably been in for about 4 months, I think, something like that. Maybe could be 6. I have to cut this off to do it a little bit better with 2 hands. What I did was I tightened this up. There's 3 bolts. There's 1, 2, and there's 1 in the back. And then when you put the garbage disposal on, as ridges it goes in, and it turns like not even halfway, and it's tight. Yeah, like I said, my wife and I, we just bought the home. This was inspected. You know, he said it worked. Tested up to a voltage meter, a multimeter. It looks rough because they taped it. Don't know why they taped it. You know, but like I said, someone else's DIY. And like I say, I had a water damage, so I got to come in here and, you know, it's all dried up. It just stained it, so I'm probably kills everything, and then lay a mat down. But like I said, I'm gonna show you shortly how to hook this up, where to hook it up to on the garbage disposal. Don't know if you can see the white tab in there, but what I'm gonna try to do is I'm gonna knock it out so the camera may actually fall, but it's a white tab at the top left corner, if you can see, and you want to hook up a garbage disposal to a dishwasher, you have to knock it out. All right, so what I'm gonna have to do now, I had to re-angle this. I thought it was gonna be a little longer, but and it reaches now, but I guess, like I said, I'm paying the consequences of the price for someone else's DIY. So this is what they did. They cut it, kind of jacked it up. Can't get it on there, so I'm gonna have to cut it back here, get this whole fitting. And this fitting is typically about that long. And so, you know, I'm not quite sure why they cut it, because you can fit it over there, put a fitting on this side and the other. Like I said, I don't know the thought process, but I mean, I guess it was their first time installing. But what this does, this is the drainage hole that leads, and I don't even know why they cut a hole in the cabinet this big, but it connects to the dishwasher on the other side. So this is where all the food and the water exit and go through the drain, but now it's going to go through this garbage disposal. So I'll be right back. Headed to Lowe's or Home Depot. Just coming back from hardware store, and I got these. I didn't buy these. I already had them. This is the piece I was talking about to replace that. This is what it's supposed to look like. You can make your cuts on the lower ridges, but they made their cut extremely too far back, almost back to the base. So I'm about to hook these up right quick, and I'll be right back, and I'll show you what the finished job looks like. But I'm gonna probably, well, what this is, use this to cut PVC pipe. Well, like water lines and things like that. And so it usually have a little clip. I'm trying to open it with one hand. And it opens like this. The pipe goes in there to make your cut. This is the final product. You come up here. This is what I was telling about the putty. I cleaned out some of it already, but this is excess putty. We're gonna see if. Also, you want to, after a while, you know, you have to clean, you know, the garbage disposal. This is what I had at another location. I've been having it for a while. It may not even be good, but you don't have to use this brand, but you want to make sure you do use something that can kind of keep it clean, keep the smells out. About to test this out. Okay, don't want to run it without water. I'm gonna look for leaks and keep my eye on it. Just to make sure, I put 2 clamps, one here, one there. I made my cut on there, so that's a new connection. You always want to make sure that that flathead is facing outward, so you can just get to it easier. Just looking for any type of leaks up here. All right, got it all. So it's really not too loud. It's a smaller one, like I said, 0.5 horsepower. So